在国家统计局刚刚公布的经济数据中，宏观经济形势仍然是大家关注的焦点。
沪深股市今天没有继续走出反弹行情，很多投资者都在持币。
国际油价开始回落，但
地产报告显示，很多地产企业的资金链已经相当紧。
在珠三角地区，其中一部分中小企业正在想办法解决他们遇到的困难。
在今年的 CCTV 经济年度人物评审当中，中国创造仍然是最重要的主题。
大家好，欢迎收看《经济半小时》。在最新出炉的福布斯财富榜上，比尔·盖茨和沃伦·巴菲特这对芭比组合毫无悬念地再次坐上头两把交椅。然而，当国庆长假前芭比组合再度结伴造访中国的时候，人们关注他们的不再只是他们的财富，而是他们所掀起的慈善旋风。他们如何面对财富，如何面对他们的慈善之旅所引发的各种争论。在他们返回美国之前，我的同事傅瑜对两个人进行了专访，一起来看看他们面对财富的态度。
巴菲特和盖茨来了，在今天，这句话不仅仅意味着贵客来访，也许还暗示着打开你的钱袋子。不知道世界上还有没有比他们含金量更高的组合，但是他们一定是马力最强的自动捐款机。他们捐出了980亿美元的财富，凭借芭比组合全球领先的挣钱本领，这个数字过几年应该有增无减。但是这还不够，他们将是世界上速度最快的募款机。6月中旬，沃伦·巴菲特和比尔·盖茨发出捐赠承诺，邀请美国富人参与，参与者承诺捐出半数财产用于慈善事业。美国很快有40位富豪积极响应，短短2个月，他们就获得了1200亿美元的捐赠承诺。对于这个数字未来的增长，他们显得激情万丈，这使得芭比组合所到之处就迅速刮起一场慈善风暴。即使在离开中国后，他们所引发的人们关于财富的种种思考依然热度不减。巴菲特和比尔·盖茨为什么要这么做？他们随后来到中国，为什么掀起了空前的争议和讨论？经济半小时专访了沃伦·巴菲特和比尔·盖茨。
Mr. Buffett, so excited to meet you again in Beijing. You are collecting the giving pledge from big boys in America. Have you planned to run their commitment abroad?
No. Well, not. It's up to them to decide. We're not going to try and do it ourselves. If people want any information about what we've done ourselves, we're glad to talk to them. But no, we are not going to be active in any other country, at least as far as I can see.
The needs are global. Every country has poor people, but the very poorest people are in places, other parts of Asia and Africa, where they need a lot of help. And my foundation spends a lot of its money on these very poor people and getting them so they can have an economic miracle that many countries, including China, have experienced.
短短30年间，中国经济飞速发展。然而，无论是社会机制还是社会心态，并没有跟上财富激增的步伐。中国人不是不肯为做善事而掏钱，而是必须确信，人们付出的善心和金钱的确被不折不扣地交付到了希望给予并且急需要他们的那些不幸人的手中。当巴菲特和比尔·盖茨怀揣一颗善心来到中国时，他们的本意原是要交流不同国家在慈善事业方面的经验，但是这却引来了日益激烈的争论。对此，巴菲特和盖茨作何感想呢？
I can read some online comments. Some people admire you so much. However, part of people even suspect your motivation. Is that totally out of your expectation?
Well, I'm giving all my money away, so it's not like I can get any benefit. You know, perhaps people thought we would pressure them to do something. We tried to make it clear in advance that we really think that philanthropy is best when it's everyone should make their own decision and choose what they want to do. And the people who choose to do it should organize together and learn from each other.
So, Mr. Buffett, can you understand some people show their questionable or even offensive attitude?
Sure. Now, people, I mean, there's millions of people in the world, and they don't know me, and they gauging somebody else's motivation is pretty tough. I mean, I don't try to guess other people's motivations very often, but what I do is clear, and if some people like it, I'm glad, and if some people don't like it, I expect that. That just doesn't bother me.
前面我们了解了盖茨和巴菲特两人是富豪榜上的冠亚军，也是慈善事业上的搭档。作为美国首富，比尔盖茨已经承诺把自己大约530亿美元的财富用于他和妻子梅琳达联手创办的慈善基金会，而手握大约460亿美元的巴菲特也承诺向这个基金会捐出99%的个人财富。忙活大半辈子，只为自己留下1%，到底是什么样的原因、什么样的力量，让他们做出这种异乎常人的选择呢
I called a number of people I didn't know. Yeah, I called about 40 people, and I probably was reasonable friends with maybe 10 or 15 of them. I was acquainted with 10 or 15, and there was probably 10 or 15 that I didn't know at all.
Any interesting response to share with us? Something like, what are you talking about? Are you kidding, Warren?
No,
something like that?
They were all interesting, and there were people that for example, there was one couple that had 2 children, and they couldn't decide whether they wanted to do it themselves, but their 2 boys both said, let's do it, Dad. So they signed up, and the children really were the ones that were the salesmen for joining.
事实上，不是所有故事都如此美妙。有的富人们担心过多的慈善会阻碍他们和自己孩子的关系。进一步的问题是，如何保证他们的捐款有效的运作，而不是把钱扔进了无底洞。组织此事的巴菲特和比尔盖茨决心把这种聚会和对话不断推进下去。
We know that not everybody is willing to buy a promotion of the wealth donation commitment. Will you put continuous efforts to changing their minds?
Well, the giving pledge is a voluntary thing, and we're actually pretty amazed. We got 40 people signed up very quickly, and we're sure that more will join. But it's you join if you want to learn from others. You join if you realize that thinking about these issues younger can help you to do it in a smarter way. You join if you think, how does it make it work for your family and be positive for your family? If there may be some examples of that. So, we're all people who have a common interest, and it's surprising that the group has grown as quickly, because it's a very personal decision about giving away money.
In the United States, we will be having more dinners, maybe once a month, something like that. And then those people may contact others. Bill and I aren't spending every day on this or anything of the sort, but we had a dinner in New York about a week ago. There's going to be a dinner in Los Angeles in a few weeks, and there'll be one in San Francisco maybe another month or so. So gradually we're talking to some people, and then the people we talk to in turn are talking to other people.
毫无疑问，在美国推动捐赠承诺会成为巴菲特和比尔盖茨持续努力的重要目标。我们不妨把他们投身慈善的各种举动放到更大的历史背景中去理解。全美有超过89%的普通家庭在为约100万个慈善机构提供各种形式的捐助。捐善在美国是一项全民运动。从1958年到2008年50年间，美国的人均 GDP 增加了150%，美国的人均捐善则增加了190%。从一片蛮荒的新大陆上建立起来的美国，在立国之后的很长一段时间，公民们也没有什么社会保障，这使得人们不得不相互帮助，因而互济活动十分普遍。互助奠定了美国人公益精神的基石。
Currently, more and more celebrities and stars have started to join the charity activity. Some of them are there with a helping hand and heart. However, some instead had turned the charity to a fashion or mode. It's very bewildering to us. So, in your eye, what's the essence of charity?
Well, I think every life has equal value. And some people have been very lucky in the education they got, the success they had, and they should think, okay, what if I was in someone else's shoes? Could a scholarship help them? Could avoiding a disease help them? Could avoiding living in a polluted area? And so we all have a sympathy for people who are less well off. And charity is to take our talents, our resources, and feel some value to our life from helping out in the ways that we pick.
Well, charity basically involves trying to help other people that have been less fortunate in most cases than you have. I mean, I've been I've been unbelievably lucky in life. A lot of people aren't so lucky. I've been lucky in health even as well as in money, and I've got lots of money that I have no use for whatsoever. So the question is, can that help other people's lives? And there's ways to do that.
Out of question, you legally possess all of your fortune. However, is that possible that deep in your heart you don't think those assets belong to you?
Well, the fortune belongs to me, but I like to give it to various purposes that I think will help other people who haven't been as lucky as I have. I have everything I want. Money doesn't make any difference in my life at all. I've got, a certain amount does. There's an amount you need to have all the things that you enjoy in the way of food, lodging, entertainment, all of that sort of thing, and some for your family. But beyond that, it's meaningless. But the people I know that are the most loving, that give to other people, they get it right back and more. And on the other hand, if you think only about yourself and nobody really cares about you, and you try to hang on to it, you don't have it. There's nothing I would change in my life. It's perfect. I'd like to be a little younger.
刚才节目里有一句话让我印象很深，创造财富的目的是为了分享。实际上，在为慈善事业付出热情和金钱的同时，巴菲特仍然没有放慢创造财富的脚步。他这次中国之行除了和盖茨的慈善之旅之外，还有另一个主要行程，就是应他所投资的比亚迪公司邀请前去参观。可是他怎么才能保证自己创造的财富能够更公平高效地被分享呢？1分钟广告之后，请继续关注我们的节目。欢迎回到我们的节目。在盖茨和巴菲特之间，两人其实呢还有一层特殊的关系。巴菲特为自己400多亿美元财富所选择的捐赠对象不是别人，正是以盖茨的名字命名的盖茨基金会。这位年近80的老人认为，与其设立自己的基金会留名后世，还不如找一个更有效率的机构使用好这笔巨款。而他本人呢，也在新闻发布会上向中国记者感叹，做慈善比经商更难。那么同样从商场上转身的盖茨，怎么面对连巴菲特都觉得很艰难的挑战呢？一起来看看。
Now, back 10 years ago, had you thought about the possibility of switching focus from Microsoft to philanthropy?
Yeah, of course, when Microsoft started to be very successful, I was thinking about how I should give that wealth back. Yes, in the year 2000, I knew I was on a path to someday make that my full-time work. I didn't know the exact time. It was in 2006 when I announced that in 2008 I would change, and I've spent the last 2 years full-time on the foundation work, and it's been fantastic.
Can you say that you are on a mission?
I know there are great scientists who can invent new vaccines that can literally save millions of lives. And so being able to back them, to help them, to give them the resources, to make sure that their inventions will be delivered, and that the societies that are the poorest, as their health improves, that then all the other things that we take for granted can come to those societies. Education and nutrition and the opportunity. I feel I have a fairly unique role to play in highlighting these needs and getting everybody working together, as well as the resources.
如果巴菲特和比尔盖茨只是将亿万家产捐赠出去，我们只能说这是一种善举，却还不能把它称作为慈善。因为慈善事业要做到的是如何将募集来的资金配置给最需要帮助的人。对此，巴菲特有着清醒的认识，所以他才会说 一个打着慈善之名随意挥霍的人，其危害程度远远大于一个更看重自己财富的吝啬鬼。跟企业不同的是，慈善机构没有价格、利润等考核体系。那么，如何使机构依然有效运营，从而使资源获得最大的配置
one puzzle regarding to the charity organizations is how to make its operation efficient as there's much less market competition.
Well, you have to measure what you're trying to achieve. Are you trying to reduce sickness, tobacco, lung cancer, or are you trying to improve the environment, pollution that's out there? Are you trying to give scholarships to some of the needy kids? And so, just like in business, you can have very strong metrics. And good nonprofit organizations combine people from the business world and the people who know the particular area and get them working together. And so that's being developed, and business leaders can use not only their own talent, but know other people who have that right background. So yes, it's tougher. The measurement is tougher. And that can make it an interesting challenge. I'm using all of my talent and collaborating with my wife and smart people we've hired.
巴菲特承认自己的基金会运作得不尽人意，他认为盖茨基金会更有效率。但是领导一个全球最大的慈善基金会，盖茨面对的是一个高难度动作。盖茨基金会2009年的年度报告反映出，2009年共支出30余亿美元的善款，在中国用于公益事业的支出为1.6亿元人民币。但是，从2008年6月开始至2009年5月，盖茨基金会调查了1000多家受捐助的组织、机构和个人，受资助者在多个方面给盖茨基金会打出的分数低于行业内的平均水准。盖茨基金会自己也承认，他在美国最主要的一项目标之一，历时10年、耗资20亿的全国高中重组计划并不成功。
No offense, I have noted that you get more white hair last few years since you switched focus from Microsoft to philanthropy. I'm not sure, but it could also mean it is more demanding. Have you had a lot of moments of doubts or worries?
Well, every endeavor that takes on ambitious goals has setbacks. We've had vaccines that we were working on that we didn't succeed in. We've had grants that we gave where something didn't work well. And that's part of the doing something hard. It was always that way in software too. Many projects went well, but some did not. And that's where leadership comes in, to know which things to pick and how to keep people energetic. And so, yes, there are days when it is very tough.
Could you please give us some story about your difficult moment in your charitable work and how you handle those issues?
Well, I often will get results of the test of a new drug or vaccine, and sometimes it has no impact, even after we've spent tens of millions of dollars. Sometimes I'll visit someplace and see that what we're trying to deliver, that somehow the delivery is not happening. And right now we're trying to finish polio eradication to make it the second disease that's been eliminated. And we think we can do it in the next few years. But some governments aren't giving as much money. Some countries, we've seen some new cases. So even though I'm still optimistic, it's a very tough challenge. And I travel to Nigeria and India on a regular basis to encourage people to stay focused on this so that no kid is ever paralyzed again from polio. We're very close. It's the last 1%, but that's the hardest. And it's in some very tough places. So I've got my fingers crossed that despite the setbacks, we'll achieve that goal.
As involved as you are in your work, will these issues make you sleepless at night?
I wouldn't say it makes me sleepless. It makes me think creatively and go find smart people and think of examples where somebody solved a similar problem. And It's challenging to me, and I work very long hours. I read everything I can. I travel a great deal. But I feel good about our basic thrust. And so I never feel some deep anxiety. I just know that if I do my best, literally millions of lives can be saved by the work of the people we give money to.
一个社会财富的积累、福利的改善，市场显然比慈善更有效率。所以我们能够理解巴菲特在新闻发布会发出的感慨：慈善比经商更难，因为企业做错了，市场可以纠正你，可是慈善做错了，谁来告诉你呢？因此，巴比二人应该比任何人都清楚，尽管他们捐出了自己的财富，尽管他们正在发动史上最大规模的募捐活动，但是就慈善事业而言，他们才刚刚迈出第一步。现代意义上的慈善要求善款必须转移给那些真正需要帮助的人，更重要的是，这种转移应该使资金创造出更大的社会价值，提升整体的社会福利。如何在利润机制失灵的情况下合理配置慈善资源？在巴比看似轻松的笑容之后，我们能够感受到他们选择了一个怎样严肃的使命了吗？
这一次巴比组合来到中国，有关他们的问题当然不仅仅是慈善。所以呢，在我专访之前，我们经济半小时栏目通过新浪网进行了一个问题征集，有不少观众和网友在经济半小时和我的微博上提出了各种各样的问题。我们现在就来听一下巴菲特先生的回答。I heard some gossips that you may sell the shares of BYD. Is that possible for you to hold the stock of BYD forever, the same as Coca-Cola's?
Well, I don't know, not forever, but about as long as I live anyway. Forever's a long time. It goes well beyond that. And what the company has achieved, and his dreams far exceed what has been achieved already. And he gets it done. He's done things that I haven't seen done, certainly in the auto industry and in my lifetime. He's an amazing man. And having seen the company, I just wish I'd looked at it earlier.
Yeah, you seem to be very pleased when you attended the Tibet Aid ceremony.
I was enormously pleased about that. I mean, there are 1,000 people that are now going to have their lives changed in Tibet due to what BYD did. So I'm
What kind of character you expect from your partner?
We've got 70-some managers, over 70 managers at Berkshire Hathaway. And when I look at them in terms of working and running a business for us, I look for passion. I want them to love their business the way I love the business. And obviously I want them to be intelligent. I want them to be energetic. I want them to be ethical. But I also want them to be excited every day about running their business the same way I'm excited.
Actually, you have been respected for being so successful, flawless, perfect. Today, would you reveal some weakness of yours to cool the worshiper a bit?
How long do you have?
Hey, just a friend's talk. Just one weakness of yours.
Well, I got a lot of weaknesses. yeah. I don't think I should broadcast it, but I got plenty of weaknesses.
Okay. I'm so excited about this conversation. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay.
尽管巴比中国行引发的热浪已经平息，但从巴菲特和盖茨的对话中，我们发现这场关于财富和慈善的思考才刚刚打开大门。有一句话，如果一个人想得到幸福，他首先必须使别人幸福。面对财富的态度不仅困扰着中国富豪，对这两位全球瞩目的慈善明星来说呢，他们其实也带着不少的困惑，需要继续寻找答案。这也许正是他们邀请中国富豪展开对话的本意。创造财富很难，分享财富更难。这个过程考验着他们的人性，也挑战着他们的智慧。不管我们对慈善抱着怎样的看法，做到知行合一，把慈善理想付诸行动，值得所有人的努力。好，我们今天的节目就到这里，感谢您的收看。另外，您可以登录我们栏目的百度贴吧进行互动讨论，或者您有什么好的线索和建议，可以发至我们栏目的 QQ 83083。稍后请继续关注中央电视台财经频道的其他节目，再见。